We're back. All right, did you hear about this case? A 15-year-old girl in Encinitas had everybody scrambling. She said that 3 men had sexually assaulted her on Friday when she was on her way home from school. The girl originally said she was walking home and she was forced into a car where she was sexually assaulted. Well, turns out it's a lie. It wasn't true. She skipped her class at the end of the day and apparently went to go meet a man that she met on the internet. And she lied about it because she claimed that she was embarrassed about meeting up with an older man she met online. Now, today we have Linda Snyder with us, a concerned parent from Poway who wants to advocate stranger danger in self-defense classes from around the county. Also with us is attorney Mychal Wilson, and he's talking about what kind of precautions we can take to keep all of our kids safe. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
First of all, let's start with the hoax issue. And I mean, this is one of those things where if my child came forward and said something like this, I would absolutely believe her. I mean, it's just, the fact that it's a hoax is a little crazy.
It's unfortunate that this particular situation wasn't true, but it doesn't take away from the fact that every day children and teens are abducted.
They are. And I know that you know, obviously we're all very close to Chelsea King and Amber Dubois, right. and you are as well. You're from Poway,
right.
And you were involved in that case.
Right, yes, we knew the family. And what I would like to see, and what our community, Poway, who has experienced such private tragedy, knowing sure. Chelsea, but it goes for every community in our state and really in every state in our country, is to try to empower children. Maybe a bit of innocence is lost, but on the other hand, we can empower them with some tools that they can have with them for a lifetime to protect themselves, because these things happen, unfortunately. And if we could get some stranger danger and self-defense classes in the PE and the health classes in the schools, especially the high schools, we could develop children with a consciousness that would know about why these things happen, how they happen, and most importantly, what they can do.
You know, when I was a kid, we had a stranger danger program, but I guess a lot of those things have gone by the wayside recently.
Yeah, it's unfortunate with the budget cuts, and there's always money issues, but what's more important than protecting our children and averting even one tragedy? Yeah. There was a young woman who did avert the tragedy with John Gardner, who perpetrated Chelsea and Amber, because she did defend herself, because she had that ability, she had those tools. If we can avert one more, if we can show these children what to do and they can protect themselves, then we're at least winning the fight one little step at a time.
Yeah. And you're here to address the internet issue, and, and that is the legality of that whole thing, and the 15-year-old girl saying she met some man on the internet that she went to go meet, made up this whole story because that was her actual intention. It's scary out there.
Yes, it is, yes. And it's always been scary. The internet, along with all the social networking sites, has made, I guess, communication and contact with strangers a lot easier. And one of the things that's important for parents to do is to not just ask your child, your daughter or your son, you know, well, what sites are you going to, but actually be proactive and look at the search history and really monitor the websites that your child is going to. One of the issues, too, is we're often taught that the perpetrator or the big evil person out there, the stranger, the danger stranger guy or female, is like the big bad wolf, okay? But with the internet nowadays, it could be, you know, the uncle or the grandfather with the dog, you know, someone that teenagers are familiar with, which kind of loosens their guard, lessens their guard. So it becomes an issue. That's regarding the internet. Right. Now, there are issues, too, with the actual victim in terms of falsifying a police report. There's costs that were involved in investigation. She's a juvenile. Probably her parents are going to have to pay some type of restitution back to the community. There's also the issue now against the perpetrator. California does have a rape law. It is unlawful to have sex with a minor under the age of 18, and it's California Penal Code 261.5.
Do we know that, in fact, this young lady did have sex with this person, or were you just assuming that?
Yes, she did have sex. The police actually performed a rape test.
Oh, I see.
And they found out that there was DNA, which becomes very interesting right now because they had the DNA of the perpetrator. So a lot of internet strangers have non-violent offenses such as statutory rape. So the issue is going to come up, is this perpetrator a prior offender? Is he a sex offender? And they're going to be able to track that through the DNA.
Using DNA, that's right. But as you say, you know, there's some liability on her part as well. I mean, she had the entire community panicking again, looking for 3 people who didn't exist, That's a huge accusation. That's a big legal issue.
Unfortunately, it is a cry wolf situation right now, but we have to protect the victim. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
we can't have another Amber or
Well,
Chelsea.
of course, yeah.
Now, I also think what's interesting about the internet, and to get back to empowering the children, is because most young people today communicate with Twitter, Facebook, internet, iPhones. We can use these things to help them understand that I see a man in the park and he looks very suspicious, and they can let all their friends
Use it to
know
your benefit.
within seconds that there's maybe some danger out there and that they can be alerted.
That is great thinking.
These internet and all of these devices that we use today can be used to help.
They actually can be useful.
Yes.
As opposed to, I'm having a sandwich for lunch.
That's
you
right.
can say, look out up here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
To the stuff that's really going to make the difference.
Wow. All right. You're absolutely right. Thanks for coming in this morning,
My
talking
pleasure.
to us, too.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
your time. You got it.